Careful. Well, we're coming out to survey the scene. Little Honda's gonna get a workout today. Luckily, our fruit trees aren't too bad, but we have a significant amount of accretion, so you can see it's wider than my finger, so I would say about an inch or 2 centimeters, but like in some places it is pretty spectacular, the amount of ice that has accumulated on these trees. This is the first time for me ever seeing an ice storm like this. Like, till we just knock this. But it's just like constant breakage. You can just hear in the bush. I'm just gonna go over here a little bit, but like some of our like small trees, our fruit trees, not bad, but some of our small trees down front. Oh, I just watched one. Man, this sucks so bad. We're actually gonna bottle our syrup today, so oh, this is freaking heartbreaking. And I'm just gonna tell you that Brian is really impacted by this. It's really bothering him. Hopefully some of these white pines can hang in there. Almost every tree has lost a top. I just wonder, like, what are all the birds doing? And animals. Like, this must be so strange for them. The problem right now is that the wind is picking up. And wind by itself is a pretty big force. Tulip, you guys stay out of there. Come here. And so the wind with the weight of this ice is just, it's so not good. I keep saying this, but it's just because it's a heartbreaker. So look at, this is a London plane that we planted. Finally established and was doing really well, so we'll see if it survives. But look at this fracturing along the stem of the ice. It's interesting. I mean, interesting in a bad way, but look at this. You know, we're trying to find the silver linings. The silver lining here is that we don't have trees near the house. There's a silver lining. As arborists who responded to these kinds of calls for years, we strategically did not put our house where there were big trees because of wind and stuff like this. So there is one small silver lining, but this is going to be something else when all is said and done. Anyways, it's supposed to get up to 5 degrees today, so hopefully hopefully it gets warm enough that it's going to melt some of this ice and knock some of this ice off these trees. All right, well, the ice is starting to soften up and fall off some of the trees. Look at Rocky and Betty. Martin took a bail. Some of the trees that aren't broken, just bent over, they might be okay. That just had a pretty significant bending moment, more like a bending day. But like, look how that's how much ice is on the trees. Also, that something can be so beautiful yet so destructive all at the same time. Oh, this is so horrible. These trees we have been watching grow for 13 years, and they were here long before we were. These, my birch trees. Oh, this sucks so bad. These are the trees we planted in 2017. That was the year that my dad passed away. They're not all bad, but these were some of our biggest ones. This was a red pine. Look at this guy. Brian and I were just talking as we worked our way back up the hedgerow here. All of the maples that we tap are along the edge just because they're easy to get to, and they're some of our biggest. And so, sadly, as we sat and boiled yesterday listening to these trees start snapping and breaking, and as we bottled our syrup for this year today, we both kind of just realized when we walked this hedgerow that might be the last time we tap most of those trees because they don't have tops anymore. Forest disturbance is a real thing. But when you kind of develop such an intimate relationship with your trees, it makes it that much harder. Yeah. And it's just really heartbreaking to experience this kind of change. And I know with the forest fires that happened, in California this year and in BC and, all those places, and the amount of devastation and destruction doesn't really even amount. This is just a drop in the bucket, but it's still really hard to watch and to experience, knowing that the landscape here is going to be changed forever. But with death, I guess, comes new opportunity, and 100 years from now, you probably won't even be able to see that this happened. And lots of gaps in the canopy are going to be opened, and hopefully young trees will come up. Woo. That was a good one. Oh, dang. Brian and I were checking the forecast. It's supposed to go up to 8 degrees tonight, which is awesome. I wish it was 80 to melt all the ice.